Welcome to Pouse Out of the House. In this video I'm going to show you how to fit the rear KTM paddock stand adapters to a Husqvarna 701 swing arm, although the procedure is exactly the same for the KTM 690 SMCR. So this is actually a KTM part I'm fitting to the Husqvarna. You can see the product number on the packet, and these are the paddock stand adapters. Now, although the product comes with a basic installation manual, if you don't have the manual, you can go to Google, type in KTM Power Parts Manuals, go to the website, and you will see a box here that says Insert Article Number. If you type in the number we just saw on the product packaging, this will then bring up the installation manual. The manual is available to print on demand, or you can just download it like I'm doing. And there's your manual. Now this particular manual is pretty basic because the installation is quite simple, but you will note that for the models Husqvarna 701 and the KTM 690 SMCR, it does say that you need some M10 washers which aren't provided with the kit. Then if you look at the top left, you'll see the figure 15 Nm, which is 15 Newton meters, and that is the torque setting to tighten these up. So if you take a look at the rear swing arm, you can see this thread, and this is where we need to screw in the adapters. Now I'm just going to screw this adapter in to show you how this would be without the washers. As you can see here, there's a small gap behind the adapter. It's going to make a mark on your swing arm, and it's not going to tighten up properly. So to space this gap, we need to use a few washers. The washers I'm using are M10 flat A2 stainless steel, and like all the products and tools I'm using in the video, I'll put links to these in the description section below. These washers are 20mm in diameter, and as you can see there, they fit perfectly into this space. So I'm going to be using a bit of this lock thread on the adapter before I screw it in. You could use a knife to cut the top, but I'm just using pliers. I apply some lock thread to the thread on the adapter, then I apply it to the thread on the swing arm. Having messed around with this earlier, I've calculated that 3 washers is the right spacing for me. However, if you want to space it a bit further, you could go 4 or even as much as 5 washers. Now place the adapter into the swing arm and tighten up by hand. Then using a 6mm hex socket driver bit, I place it into the adapter, and using my torque wrench, which I'm able to set to 15 Newton meters as seen earlier in the installation manual, I insert it into the socket, and having adjusted the torque wrench to 15 Newton meters, I tighten up until it clicks. So having done one side, I now set about doing the other side in exactly the same way, applying thread lock to the thread in the swing arm, thread lock to the adapter. I then add my 3 washers, tighten up by hand, again using the hex key and the torque wrench. I tighten up to 15 Newton meters. Then with my paddock stand, I just line it up underneath the adapters, lift the bike up, hold on to the handlebars, I get my foot on to the back, and as I roll it back slightly, you can see I apply some pressure, and then with a little push, the bike eventually comes up, and it doesn't fall over, which is a good thing. So by using the 3 washers, you can see the adapter is spaced out nicely from the swing arm, and the rubber on that bracket is about 1mm away from the swing arm when sat on the paddock stands. Now as I mentioned earlier, if you want to space that even further, you could go 4 or even 5 washers, but for my installation, I'm happy. Don't forget, I'll put links to all the tools and products I use in the video in the description section below. If you found this video useful, please give it a like, and if you haven't done so already, it really helped me out if you subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon for regular notifications. I've been Pouse Out of the House. Ta-ta, farewell.